guys? We are back. The vibes are immaculate tonight. Happy September. R.I.P. to the Queen of England.
That racist bitch.
All right there. Big Star. What's up?
Boys, it's officially fall.
It's
fall.
It is fall.
This whole week,
Mm-hmm.
it's been a little cooler. I'm seeing leaves start to fall. You got that, like we talked about it last year, like that the sun just becomes more golden.
Dude, it does. I swear it does. The sun shines differently. Like it does, right?
I can feel it changing though, just in my head though. Like I've had like the pressure all week, which I hate, but I know is a good thing because I know it's coming. So it's like a love-hate relationship of the weather change. But fun fact, so we learned this because I stayed at the farmhouse a couple days. JT stayed at the farmhouse a couple days. Did you know when you raise an elevation, it makes you pee more?
No.
No, I did not.
I didn't realize that, but it makes sense why.
Because
Yeah.
my mom was ripping me. She's like, why do you keep getting up so many times in the middle of the night to pee? Like, I don't know.
I did too.
I was like, I have no idea. And then she called me the next day and was like, figured it out.
I
It's
thought it
'cause
was
of
just because
elevation.
I was drinking beer the whole time.
Was it pretty high elevation there?
Yeah, so I guess she looked it up. I
It's
can't
triple.
remember. Yeah.
They
it's-
just told me this.
It's
a
like
bit ago.
550 here and like 1700 there.
Wow.
I would have never guessed that
No.
because it was just one day. My chest was super tight. Like I was having a harder time breathing, and I was like, "What the fuck is wrong with me? Like, am I getting COVID again?" My dad had cut the grass, so I was thinking, "Oh, it's just like the grass and the air and shit that's happening." But then they just told me that, and I was like, "Maybe that's what it was, or a mixture of both." But I
Mhm.
was like, it does make sense. But yeah, it was nice. It was me and Angie. Angie took a little jaunt down to Arden Falls. Literally, I would have never realized how close it was to my parents' house. Like, you literally pull out of the driveway, turn right, and you keep going down the road. It's called Laurel Creek Road. It turns into a gravel road, and you're there. Like,
Wow.
it's just a straight shot. Like, no turning, nothing. It's awesome.
Never been there.
Very nice.
Me neither.
Well, fuck. We'll have to take a trip there.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
I'm just not getting in the water though because like it seems like I guess piranhas. No, every year somebody ends up getting like sucked under the rock and dying.
Oh, really? At
Well,
Arden?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard
What,
that.
there's one main rock there or something?
There's a bunch of rocks.
But that's when you like jump off of it. Right?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say it's when people are acting kind of
Oh, yeah. I don't.
foolish.
yeah.
I found a nice little spot, shallow water. Just sat down, just chilled.
But yeah, I would go in shallow water.
Yeah.
Duh, dude. I'm just talking about like normal, not shallow
I'm
water.
not doing gainers off the rock.
No, yeah, me neither.
So Harold, how are you? We haven't seen you in
know.
a coon's age.
I know. I feel the same way. Good to be back. Glad to be back. I'm very glad it's fall. We've been talking about it. I got soup the other day, like 2 days ago.
Saw your tweet.
Yep. So it is officially fall.
What kind?
Soup
it.
is nice.
Vegetable, I believe.
Is that your favorite soup?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
I don't think so. I like broccoli
Jot that
cheddar a
down.
lot, and I also like the Mexican type of soup. I'm blanking on what it's called.
Mexican wedding soup.
Tortilla soup.
Wait, is that
Tortilla.
a thing?
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Mexican
wedding
soup.
You know what I was thinking of? Mexican. Every time we had a fiesta in Spanish class, I'd have my mom make Mexican wedding cakes.
What are those?
Just like little, they look like donut holes, but they're more cookie-fied, like they're more
yes,
hard.
I know exactly.
See, essentially, I either brought the plates and napkins or tortilla chips.
Nice.
You guys had fiestas in Spanish class?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
ever remember having one.
I
of
don't
those.
either.
Oh yeah.
We had big
Wait,
ones.
who'd you have as your teacher?
I had both.
Oh,
I think we did them in both though.
I probably
I had
just
both as well.
I probably just forget.
Yeah, me too.
Honestly.
Yeah.
Senora Wilson es muy guapa. That's what I
Very
had.
muy guapo,
Muy bonita.
muy bonita.
We.
That's fucking French.
I love it. You know, before we started at Central, at one point they offered German there to
Really?
be
That's
one of
pretty
the
Yeah.
languages.
Is that German?
because well, going into my freshman year, I remember they said, German was an option, and then I guess whoever taught German didn't come back.
That would have been cool.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
I mean, that would have been like so hard though. Probably,
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I think-
The word for no is just nine.
Nine.
I feel like it'd be harder. Foreign languages are tough.
I
They
love-
are hard.
I love the German accents they give the group in Pitch Perfect 3. Like, and I don't even know if it's a German accent, truly, but every time I think of Germans, I think of Pitch Perfect 3.
I always think of Beer Fest.
That's a good one, too.
Their accents are
I
fucking
usually
hysterical.
think of World War II.
Yeah.
Nazis.
Oh, okay.
Jesus, Bubba, getting dark, dude. Folk.
Or what's that? The best Tarantino movie ever made.
Oh, yeah. I've never seen it.
Was that the one with Liam Neeson?
No,
What
Pulp
movie?
Fiction?
What movie am I thinking about?
I don't think Liam Neeson ever did a Tarantino
Oh,
movie.
see, I don't know who's directing what.
No, why am I blanking on it? It's like one of my favorite fucking movies ever.
I truly don't know what.
The one that's got Brad Pitt in it.
Oh,
The Bear Jew.
Oh, Fight Club.
No. God damn it.
I know. Damn, I know.
Why am I blanking on this? I literally watch it all the time.
It's not Fury.
Glorious Bastard.
Inglourious
that's
Basterds.
it.
Oh, that
It's
one.
It
literally
came to me.
one of the best fucking movies ever made.
Still have never seen it. I need
So
to watch
fucking
it.
good.
I need to watch it, and I did watch a little bit of the Shia LaBeouf, John Bernthal
Oh, I
podcast.
listened to the whole thing.
Yeah, wow. What a
Wow.
roller coaster that one is.
Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
Very good.
I-
Very good podcast.
I mean, it's like it's weird because Shia's fucked up and did some extremely fucked up things, but it's so hard because he's just so calm when he talks about it, and I'm like, are you remorseful? You know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. He's just very straightforward, owns his issues, but also like doesn't, at least the part I watched, didn't change any emotions the entire time. He just kind of
Very straightforward guy.
even keel
Yeah.
and peel.
He's just so likable,
He
to me
is.
at least.
I-
I think some
I
people
lo-
might be like, he's nuts,
No,
but I don't know.
I've always had a soft spot for Shia LaBeouf, man.
Yeah.
It was.
How can you not, man?
I don't know.
Since
But-
the Even Stevens days.
Yep.
Mhm. What really did it for me was, dude, he's got so many classics. Now I think about it.
Very good
Even
movies.
Stevens, obviously, Holes,
Holes.
Holes.
Disturbia,
Yep.
Eagle Eye, and fucking Transformers. Like,
What about the greatest game ever played?
yeah, like that one. Dude,
I-
he's got
I-
so many good movies.
I think my favorite Shia LaBeouf moment was whenever they did a table read
Oh,
for
yeah.
Fast Times at Ridgemont
Yeah,
High.
yeah, that's
big time.
hilarious.
And he was just stoned. I was
Yeah.
like smoking
He
the
was
whole
literally
time.
smoking a joint,
Yeah.
doing the
Dude,
lines.
I loved it because Sean Penn like couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah.
Like,
Sean Penn loved it, but then you had somebody like Jennifer Aniston
who was
who was just being so bitchy about it the entire time. Just so straight faced, like wasn't laughing. He was just getting into character. Who
Yeah.
cares?
Yeah.
Peanut Butter Falcon.
oh,
But,
fire.
But it, like devil's advocate,
Even Stevens
he was probably
movie?
saying like half of his lines the whole
Oh
time.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Some of those, when they
Shit is
did
too
that during
funny.
COVID, where they got cast together and like did table reads of the movies, like the old movies, some of them were rough. Did you watch the Dazed and Confused one?
No, I didn't know there was one.
Yeah, they did brought the full cast back.
Big fan you are.
And you know,
One of my top 3 favorite movies of all time.
same. You know the major stoner character in the movie. I'm pretty sure his name's Rory, right? Is that his character name?
That's the actor's name.
That's the
It's
actor's
Slater
name?
is the
No, Slater's. Slater.
Slater
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Slater's son.
Yeah.
Yeah. His actor nowadays looks like that's actually who he was when he was younger, like
Really?
a burnout. He was so out of it the whole table read, kept forgetting his lines. Like
Really?
it would come to him and it'd be his line, and it would get all quiet, and he would just be sitting there.
Because he's the one.
And people were like, "It's your line."
Your turn, bud.
He'd be like, "Oh."
He was in Entourage too, right? Is he the same one I'm thinking of?
No, you're thinking the one that's in Entourage is the I just want to dance guy. You know,
Oh yeah.
he
yeah.
plays
You're
he
right.
plays the douchebag that tries to get what movie he tries to get Vince to do, and then the whole time they keep interrupting the day of like the Jewish holiday where like you're only supposed to pray
Yeah,
all
that's
day.
right.
What's his like? Nikki
Goldstein maybe
yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Because he was like in the temple. He's like
Yeah,
trying to answer
yeah.
his phone. Yeah.
The whole episode, they keep interrupting the Jewish holiday.
Which I'm getting so frustrated because I've been seeing a lot of things on like Twitter and the internet lately where the younger generation is making fun of Entourage like Nickelback.
I've seen this too.
Yeah.
What?
I
know.
don't understand.
I saw that direct comparison.
Entourage? What? Wait, first off, we all love Nickelback, one. But two,
I like their first album.
yeah, you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
They're not as bad as everyone ripped. It's a fucking
It's a meme.
It's a gimmick or what's a gimmick?
Gimmick, yeah,
It's
that's
a
Yeah.
gimmick,
It's-
like
yeah,
to hate Nickelback, whatever. But anyway, no, I will take no Entourage slander around these parts.
Agreed.
I didn't
Gen
realize
Z
that what
just
was happening.
sucks.
But like at the
They
same
do suck.
time,
You know what? Sorry, Bubba. You know what? I'm going off on a huge thing right now. Gen Z does suck because they're the ones that will go up to people like on TikTok and just straight up like as a joke, like have people filming them, say like disrespectful shit to them and think it's so fucking funny.
yeah, it's
And
'cause
then,
no
like-
one like punches people in the mouth.
And then
anymore.
like a 40-year-old man will like come want to fight him, and then the kids will be like, "Oh, dude, like why are you getting so mad?" Oh, probably because you just asked for his wife's phone number.
Because
the-
like back in the day, you didn't like people will fight you over
yeah,
shit like
I know,
that. Like,
but
it's
like
not,
they don't realize. They
Yeah.
think they can just go up to someone and say, "Dude, I'll beat your fucking ass," and like nothing will happen. I see videos every single day.
Well, it's just the whole.
Crazy.
It's just the whole whatever of society today. I don't know the word I'm looking for. That just sucks in general. Where like that is what you do. Everyone. Any commotion goes on, anything like everything's got to be on film. Have you guys seen this? I don't even know her fucking name. There's a girl from Wheeling. She's got a service dog. She's always on TikTok.
Mm.
She literally just documents what she does all fucking day in Wheeling on TikTok with her service dog. And she walks into any establishment, any business, everywhere she goes with her phone out recording on TikTok. And she walked in the fucking hospital or something, and they told her she wasn't allowed to have the dog in there. And she's like, "Well, it's my service dog." She's like, and now I'm reporting you to the blah blah blah
Oh my
and the blah 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 blah
God,
blah,
dude.
and you're on camera and the blah blah blah.
Oh my
I'm just
god.
like, I had never seen this girl before in my life. How weird is this? I had never seen her before in my fucking life. Brooke showed her to me on TikTok. Literally the next fucking day, I shit you not, I'm driving down National Road, and I'm
No way.
approaching Perkins, and this car pulls out in front of me at Perkins like they didn't see me coming or something. Pulls out, slams on their brakes because like we're about to collide. I slam on my brakes. Gives me the nastiest look. They have a dog hanging out their back window, and I'm like, "Fuck you! You just pulled out in front of me," and then keeps going, and I'm like, I know that person. I was like, "How do I know that person?" And then
She's probably like,
it clicked.
"Fuck you."
I called Brooke right away. I was like, the TikTok fucking girl. She just fucking pulled out in front of me at Perkins and gave me a nasty look. And Brooke got on her TikTok. Sure enough, she was just TikToking in fucking Perkins.
That's
what
funny
if,
as
what if it
fuck.
was you though?
Yeah. What if she got
It's like
you on
loser
video?
gets mad because I pulled
Yeah.
in front of him.
Yeah, you're on
As a joke,
You're on
haha.
camera now. I had the right of way there.
Speaking of Perkins, there's a bunch of fucking racks of clothes sitting in the parking lot right now.
Anything good?
Really?
Yeah.
For the homeless.
I think I don't know.
I honestly pray for something like that to happen though, where like somebody has a fucking phone in my face and they're like, because
I'm
will,
smashing that
I will
phone.
not hold back. I will pull my phone out and be like, "Fuck you, you stupid cunt! Now you're on fucking video too, bitch!" Like it's getting old. All of this shit's getting old. Nobody fucking cares what you do every day.
I'm taking their phone and I'm smashing it to pieces is what I'm doing because
Hell
they
yeah.
don't know my name. How you going to get that, how you going to press charges on somebody for smashing your phone?
Yeah, put a phone in my face, dude. Dead
Hell
ass.
yeah. Facts.
Facts.
We just are slamming people's phones.
What are we in 14 minutes? That might be the quickest C word so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So I came to a revelation last night.
Book of Revelations.
Yes.
That's a good one.
And it really got me thinking. I saw a Reddit thread that said something like it was talking about Judd Apatow and was like, is Judd Apatow just the forgotten treasure of Hollywood or something like that? Like he hit it out of the park for like a whole decade of comedy movies, and now like you don't ever hear about him again. And then people started giving rebuttals and was like, well, he's done a bunch of stuff. He did that King of Staten Island, So like, yeah, he's still active. But then it got me really thinking. Someone made a comment and said, I miss that era. What, like, we haven't had anything like that in so long. Like, what was the last, like, overnight polarizing comedy to come out to where, like, it was like an overnight phenomenon where, like, for months after the movie came out, all you heard was people quoting, like, the one-liners from the movie and stuff. I was like, man, they're so right. I don't remember I think truly the last movie that was like that was 22 Jump Street.
Probably.
And that came out
there
longer
really
ago
hasn't-
than we think.
There hasn't really been a lot of
I was gonna say
good
this is the
comedy
end, but that was
movies.
definitely older.
Yeah, I think that was
2012.
before.
lately.
No, not 2012. 2013 or 14.
I was in high school.
Dang,
yeah.
that's a good.
I
You're right.
I know
like
for
I don't
me-
remember the last comedy that came out to where like it was like
Yeah.
a social phenomenon where
Uh-huh.
like everyone you knew was just like quoting the
Yeah.
one-liners.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think,
My
Will.
favorite, probably the last big comedy for me that came out, but not people quoting the lines, would have been Cock Blockers.
yeah, no, which I didn't even.
Yeah, with John Cena, Leslie, man, that movie's hysterical. But yeah, no, I mean,
Damn, I'm thinking hard on this.
it probably
right now.
is 22 Jump Street. Luckily, shout out Judd. Happy you brought it up. He's got a gay rom com coming out at the end of September with
saw
Billy
that.
Eichner.
Yeah.
Looks hysterical. I'm so excited to go see it in theaters. He's so fucking funny.
Dude, Billy Eichner, talk about a treasure.
He is a treasure.
Billy on the Street, like I've never actually, I don't think I ever really actually watched it. I've just seen it on like TikTok and
Mhm.
shit. Absolutely hysterical.
The
He's
best
funny,
one.
man.
I mean, so fucking
The
funny.
best one's when he runs up to a girl. He's just like, name a woman for
Yeah.
$50. And
Yeah.
she just looks, he's like, name a woman. And she's just like, he's like, name a fucking woman. And like, she just can't even say
Yeah.
anybody's name.
He's funny. The first thing I ever saw him in was Parks and Rec. If you ever watched that show.
I saw
He
him.
was in the later seasons of it, and he's hilarious in it.
The first thing I saw him in was Neighbors 2. He's the real estate guy that sells the girls the house.
Is he?
The very
Oh.
short part, yeah.
Yeah, and he's in that show, the Netflix show Friends from College,
Yes,
too.
yes, that's right. I was just sitting here trying to think. Yeah, he
Great
is.
show, by the way. Sad that one got canceled.
Yeah.
So if anybody hasn't seen
I'm
that,
really
check it
thinking
out.
hard about this comedy movie. The recent
That
comedy
show
movie.
shouldn't have got canceled too, because it ended on like a cliffhanger.
It was an incredible show. Like an incredible show. I just rewatched it probably 2 months ago.
yeah.
I mean, it's
a
it's
lot
quick
of
watch.
really good actors in it.
Yep. But yeah, comedy movie wise, like quotes and stuff, it probably is 22 Jump Street.
Yeah. I can't think anything after that.
Yeah, I mean, I really like quotable shit. Like,
Yeah,
me
like
too.
where
I can't either.
you know what I mean? Like
yes, I
think
do.
of all the movies that were kind of like that, you know, where and maybe it had a lot to do with us going to school, but I think like even like our parents' age people were doing the same thing. Like you had like Talladega Nights,
Yeah,
Anchorman, Step Brothers, fucking The Hangover, just all these movies that like became a cultural phenomenon because of the one-liners.
Yep. And dude, I just
And people still use like me
To this
personally.
day.
I'm a
yeah.
a
Like,
one-liner
look at I
machine.
Love You, man. Like,
Yeah,
how many
exactly.
times do I fucking quote that? movie?
Exactly.
Like,
Too many times.
I know.
get him to the Greek.
Forgetting
Trying to
Sarah
This is
Marshall.
the end. I
Yeah.
know
Dude,
someone
so
said that
many.
already.
This is
but-
the end. Pineapple Express. Super bad.
Yeah.
Oh, super bad is.
I just recently watched American Reunion this week. Classic.
That's a good one.
I mean, it's about time that they run it back. Give me the
Yeah,
they
American
should.
I
They
Reunion
do
should
too.
run. They should run it back.
they
with,
should.
apparently, what's that girl's? The blonde
Vicky.
girl, Vicky. Yeah,
Tara Reid.
Tara Reid. Yes, thank you. She did an interview not too long after American Reunion came out and said that there was already a full script for the sequel,
Damn.
which apparently involved them
They-
all being in Vegas.
Oh fuck.
That'd have been sick.
Yeah.
I think they should make Jim like the principal of the high school or something.
That would be funny too.
I don't think that the main those main four, like with the main American Pie cast, I don't think that any of those four movies ever lost money at the box office. Obviously the first two and probably even the third one were like cultural hits
Yeah.
that made millions. But I think even the fourth one did like really well.
Who's not an American Wedding? Is it Oz?
Oz.
Yeah.
They,
Damn.
they give a quick acknowledgement in a reunion about it.
Yeah, because
He goes, I had to miss your wedding. Do you think I was going to miss the reunion?
yeah, dude. Fuck. Those movies are classic. I guess hopefully my only hope is that this I'm trying to even remember what that new rom-com, the movie's name is. I think it comes out at the end of September. Hopefully that kind of reignites that trend of
Because like Netflix has tried with all these comedies. Like one just came out with, who was it? Mark Wahlberg and
Did you watch that one?
No, I
I
haven't watched
did.
it.
It's got some funny moments.
But they keep trying to
Mark Wahlberg and Kevin Hart.
do those things on Netflix, like those kind of movies, and I don't think they're really hitting hard.
They don't hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just something about it. And now that's not to say that Netflix hasn't had any funny movies
Oh
on it.
no.
But they just don't. They're not. They're like a league below.
Yeah.
Even though it has two big actors in it.
Yeah.
I'm
You know what I
thinking
mean?
of some. Now that you said Netflix, you have a lot of the frickin' Adam Devine movies.
Yeah.
They're all funny.
They're funny.
and quotable, like the time traveler's wife, Jesus, When We First Met or
Yeah.
whatever, and Mike and Dave. Those are both hilarious.
Which-
Okay, Mike and Dave's a good one.
Yeah.
Which
That's a
it's
good
crazy. That's 2014.
one. But Mike and Dave wasn't a Netflix movie.
No.
But that was a good one. But that's
Yeah.
still old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably the last great Netflix movie that I watched
Like
comedy
that's,
wise.
that's 8 years old.
Always
That's-
Be My
Yeah.
Baby with Randall Park and Ali Wong.
Ali Wong.
Movie's fucking
Very,
hysterical.
very good movie.
And then the one you and I watched with Glenn Powell, Tay Diggs, that Zoe
Oh yeah,
Deutsch girl.
Yeah, dude, I
I
love
don't know. I
Zoe
never know how
Deutsch.
to say her last name. I
I think
Deutsch.
it's Deutsch. Yeah,
Yeah, the redheaded chick.
yeah, I could go. Yeah,
Mhm.
The setup.
the setup. That's it.
Pete Davidson isn't.
He's
He
gay
plays,
in it.
Yeah, he plays the gay roommate.
Oh,
I'm
it's
trying to
too
think.
funny.
The interview was a Netflix exclusive. And that has some good one-liners in it.
Which one?
Seth
Yeah.
Rogen and James Franco.
They interview
Dude.
Kim Jong-un. Or
I
whatever.
remember. Do you guys remember that came out on Christmas, and everybody was like, "If you buy this, North Korea is gonna fucking shut your TV and all your power down and everything." I remember we rented it or watched it on the Xbox on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think I streamed it.
The
somehow.
whole reason it ended up being a Netflix release was because the backlash from North Korea.
yeah.
Remember, it was a Sony movie. It was a Sony Pictures movie, and it was supposed to go to theaters. But then Sony got hacked by North Korea, and all that shit leaked. Like all this crazy shit, and
doesn't-
then they were just like, "Fuck it," and just put it on Netflix.
Isn't Bobby Lee Kim Jong Un in that
No.
movie?
Yeah, no,
It's Randall Park.
Randall Park.
Randall Park. Okay.
Dude, if Bobby Lee was him, that'd be incredible.
Randall Park actually kills that role.
He's
as
so
Kim
funny.
Jong Un, dude. It's hilarious.
He is so fucking funny, dude. I really, anybody that hasn't seen Always Be My Maybe, you have to watch.
Did you
it.
watch his show?
Off the
Off
Boat
the
or
Boat?
whatever? I've just seen snippets of it.
It was pretty good. I watched it with Sith when we were in college
Figures.
because I think it's loosely based off of his own life.
Yeah.
Off Sif's life.
Yes, off of Sith's life. Yes.
Which shout out Sith. While he was in town for the scramble, we shot a bunch of cool things. Sith just dropped the fucking bag on a dope ass camera, and he's the Asian vlogger now. That's his title. So shout out Sith.
Shout out Sif.
Shout
That
out.
was a lot of fun. I'm excited for everybody to see all the footage that we got.
Yeah, that was a day too. That was a lot of fun.
And I gotta tell you, that DiCarlo's pizza smacked.
Yeah.
It's not even close. It's so much better
I-
than Elmgrove. Not
I'm
even close.
Bubba. I'm
Well,
with you.
I can't
No,
jump on that.
I
but
used to be that way. I'm with Bubba completely on this now. Downtown is exponentially better than Elm Grove.
wow. You don't even
Really?
think it's a close fight?
I see. Like I don't. Something changed along the way.
Boys, I know what we have to do.
Something changed.
I know what we have to do.
We got.
we
get one
have-
from each.
I was going to say, we
location.
should go to like 5 or 6 different DiCarlos, get like a box of 4 slices at each place,
Sorry.
blind taste test.
Oh, that'd be fun.
A blind,
That
you know what I
would
mean?
be
Like
fun.
we don't know which is which.
Neil's cousin Paul told me that Wellsburg
Shout
was
out,
fire
Paul.
too.
That's what I
But
heard.
see, everyone has different things. People will be like, dude, the Wellsburg one's fire. People used to say that the Dallas Pike one was really good.
It's not that great.
not.
They're just trying to be different.
You want to know which one's bad? The Warwood one. I don't even know if it's still open.
I don't.
I don't
know.
even know if they. I don't think I even knew Warwood.
You-
had
yeah,
one.
you
it-
couldn't
it's
tell me
not good.
where it would be, and I'd be like,
I think it's at
Warwood's probably
I think it's
bad.
at the Plaza.
You know what place looks fire?
Or was.
You know, Warwood that I always want to go to is Garbo's.
Never
Garbage
even
is
heard.
nice. I've been there like twice.
They always have,
Garbo's.
they always have big
Who
signs.
owns that?
It's got to be the Garbarks.
It's gotta be.
It's got to be.
That was his nickname.
Yeah, that's where Scuba Steve lives in Warwood. He goes there all the time. He says he loves it.
Is it a bar or a
It's a
restaurant?
bar.
It's a bar.
But
It's
they
a
always-
small little bar.
They always have signs on the road of their specials of the night for food, and I'm like, I'm gonna go there one day.
Yeah.
It was like a pulled pork sandwich for like $3. I was
Oh,
like, fuck yeah,
dude, I love pulled pork.
I know.
I did too. Which I think there is something that we haven't talked about yet that I have to get on record just for Tig's sake. We went to Drover's.
Yeah, we haven't talked about this yet.
and
I have things to say.
I will
Oh,
say
no.
I was sadly mistaken. Drover's is by far.
Uh-oh.
Drover's is by
Uh-oh.
far.
See,
This has been a 3-year long thing.
Drover's is
Okay.
by far better
Let's
than
see what-
Pickles and the
Thank
Hole.
you.
I did some mulling over on it. Drover's okay.
Here we go.
When I first bit into my wings there,
can't.
Jake and I looked at each other like that. Very, very, very good, and they cook their wings to perfection, which is I think a big thing. But I'm not so fast to say that they're better than Pickles. It's tough because they were so fucking fire. But where I think Pickles has them beat is their flavors. They have better flavors.
Yeah.
But that's not.
I
You have your wing purists who are just like, barbecue, buffalo sauce, whatever. Like that's
Mild.
what should be on wings. But like Pickles has a lot of really good fucking
They
flavors. So I don't know. It's still to me very close. But
So are you
Drover
saying-
smacked.
Are you saying in a perfect world, the perfect wing is a Drover's wing in the hot honey garlic pickle sauce?
Yeah, that'd be ideal.
That's probably the most
that'd
perfect
be-
wing ever created.
But again, it's hard to judge because like we don't live by Drover, so it's
That
hard.
is
It's
true.
hard to judge their consistency.
That's a true
Are
thing.
they consistent? Because we know sometimes Pickles wings are better than other times.
That
it
is
just
also
depends.
true.
Same with
But
the
when
Hole.
right, but when you get Pickles wings at the top of their game, they're so good, and you gotta sit there and eat them. You have to. I get them for pickup all the time, and they still smack. But like, there's nothing better than your wings come out fresh on the fucking tray.
Yeah.
You
facts.
dive in.
I went.
Also, Pickles fry game. Their fries, which I always like to get to complement my wings, leagues above Drover's
Their
fries.
fries are good.
So Sunday after Brewfest, I went on my own little JT day. Went to Pickles. Got 12 wings and bacon cheese fries. And they had this strawberry ale thing. And I was like, give me one of them too. And it was very nice. It was much needed. The wings were amazing, and the fries are so fucking
Was
good.
it the Screech Owl strawberry ale?
Yeah,
all the
I'm not a fan of that one.
all the thing was, it didn't have a label, the draft thing. It just was like a piece of paper, and
it
it said
strawberry.
strawberry ale. I was like, what is that?
I bet it was the Screech Owl.
It
one.
probably
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And it was
I
good.
left a whole 6-pack of those in that fridge.
Oh,
They're
really?
probably still in there.
Probably.
I drink fruity beers like twice a year, once every 6 months, and I think I'm done for 6 months after the Brewfest.
Depends. Like
Unfortunately.
fruity beer versus like sour beer is like two
Sour-
different things.
Sour beer too.
I like sours a lot. I could drink those year round. It's like my favorite. But the fruited ales, I'm not a big fan.
No,
of.
yeah. I mean, me neither. But I just saw it, and I was like, let me try that.
I also want to say something else about Drovers. They had a jalapeno ranch.
Well, that
There.
sounds fire.
Oh my god! It's like
Wow,
it
I
was like
didn't-
the best ranch I've
I
ever
didn't
had.
know that.
Yeah, next time you go there, when they say ranch or blue cheese, ask for the jalapeno ranch. It's
It's
I'll do that.
unbelievable.
leagues.
So I usually do extra blue cheese, but I'll add that as well.
It's unbelievable.
See, I do like a good blue cheese every now and again. Growing up, I hated blue cheese,
Mhm,
but
same.
the older I get, I do like to mix it up and get blue cheese at times.
But that's like a blue cheese dressing, right? Is that what that is?
Yeah,
It's not just like. You ever get blue cheese crumbles on a sandwich?
yes,
That's pretty good.
those are
Yeah.
good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like it over. I don't like too many of them, but like just the right amount of blue cheese crumbles on a sandwich can be pretty good.
Yeah, it's got like the texture of feta cheese.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's weird. I liked blue cheese a lot more as dipping when I was younger. Now I'm like,
Huh.
I'm straight ranch for my wings.
Yeah.
I don't even want blue cheese.
I'm pretty team ranch everywhere but Drovers or like places it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Like the fishbowl too. Yes, because usually people's blue cheese isn't very good.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so Drovers has the blue cheese at Smacks?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get that.
Here's
next time.
something else. While we were there, they introduced a new wing flavor at Drovers.
Wow.
It's mango habanero.
Ooh.
It's
Mango
really good,
It
habanero.
too.
was really good, and it was spicy.
Yeah, very, very.
Had me
spicy.
sweating.
But so I was. You want to know what trend I'm happy fucking died over this year? Was Wordle, dude. I was.
I still play every day.
But you know what's crazy? I thought about this the other day. It literally just one day decided no one was going to tweet it anymore.
It's
It didn't
Oh,
slow,
yeah,
it did not slowly stop. It just was like, all right, one day, no more.
And I'm sure people still play it, but I can't remember. I was looking at maybe it was Melvin the intern's Twitter scrolling tweets, and I saw Wordle, and I instantly wrote it down because I was like, thank God this trend is fucking
Yeah,
over.
the whole just like tweeting your Wordle out every morning. I still play it every morning. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
That's how I start. Every day I get to work, sit down at my desk in my office, get my computer booted up, and I play Wordle real quick. Gets the brain flowing.
Activated.
Yeah.
Wordle was fun. I never tweeted it, but it was fun. How fucking egotistical do you
Right,
have
that's
to
it.
be to tweet your Wordle?
I think I tweeted it once.
Well, you're okay, Bubba. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
as a joke.
Like, oh, everyone, look at me. I guessed Wordle in one guess.
Yeah, you were like real against that.
dude.
You said some ignorant stuff. Didn't you get banned?
he did.
Did you get
get
Twitter
banned.
banned
Mason.
for a reply to Mason?
Oh yeah, I did. That's facts.
Yeah, you told him to kill himself.
Yeah. Forgot about that.
That's awesome. Getting Twitter banned is I got Twitter banned for the very first time ever after the backyard brawl.
Oh, did you?
Good time to get Twitter banned.
I won't repeat what I said.
I'd probably sell it.
I don't know because it was a reply to somebody.
Oh.
So if you don't follow them,
So maybe I
it was
didn't.
to Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, I don't follow him.
See, I almost was just like in person banned because I almost got in, like
You wanna
13
know
fights going down the ramp.
Dude,
Did you?
I
was
had to,
bad.
I had to be restrained multiple times.
See, I was the one that was
and
restraining,
my
but
wife
still, it was
threatened
bad.
to divorce me.
Who were you
You love to see it.
restraining?
Joey Sharpsy. I'll say his name. I don't care.
Yeah, Joey's a good guy. I mean, yeah.
I-
I don't think Joey's a big fighter,
Dude,
but when you get
fucking Pitt
agitated-
fans, dude, like
It was bad. It was.
Fuck
I mean,
that.
grown adults screaming at you and stuff. It was bad.
which that is really that is what it came down to on why I didn't want to go, because I knew win or lose that was going to happen. There wasn't a scenario where that kind of stuff happens, and I just like I'm good at ignoring that, unless like somebody like got in my face or like touched you or whatever, and then it's fucking on like Donkey Kong. And let's be real, dude. I'll say it. I said it on Hits and Picks, new episode out now, but I don't give a fuck. That was a catch at the end of the game. It was called a catch on the
Jake.
field. Literally, watch the replay. He has his left hand under the ball. He pulls it to his chest. The ball does not move, and he gets it right here in his chest. It's a fucking catch.
I love you.
I don't care what you're going to say. I already had this. I already had this
Fine,
fucking
I'll never
battle.
say I love you again.
No,
That's
you're-
all I wanted to say.
you're gonna say it's
No,
not a
I
catch.
wasn't. I was just saying I love you.
I
so
love you too.
thanks.
I don't know. I'm on the
Jeez.
fence if it was a catch or not. What'll really sway me? I still haven't seen the Pitt catch.
Well,
I
it
haven't
was-
seen that one yet.
If
It's like the same scenario, but they called his a catch,
yeah,
right?
if
I
our
haven't seen
catch
it.
wasn't a catch, then that wasn't a fucking catch.
Regardless, I don't think it should have got to that moment. We handed them the game
We
because
did.
of stupidity,
Agreed.
because we have no nuts, and because we have no hands when it matters. But again, I'm moving on.
Agreed.
I thought we look. Hey,
I'm moving on. The
I
team
thought we
looked
looked good.
exponentially better than last year,
Yes.
so that's the silver lining.
fact.
They looked way better than last year's
JT
team.
Daniels is a dog.
He's
He's a dog. Picture going around of him sucking toes. We might not lose another
Hilarious.
game. I'm not even kidding. We might not lose again. When you have a picture like that where there's a big toe in your mouth, the other toe's on your face, and it looks like he took the picture, we're not going to lose. We're not going to lose.
Yeah, he's a stud. I like him. I'm fully on the JT Daniels train, and I hope we get 2 years out of him.
We should, as long as Graham Harrell doesn't leave, which I don't even think he can, because I mean he could, but he's pretty much locked up. I'm still high on the Mounties right now.
I'm high.
I think the potential. I don't want to get into it, but we were the better football team than Pitt.
And people
That's all I
talking
want
about
to say.
playoff for Pitt.
Yeah, that's
which is
laughable,
laughable.
stupid, very laughable.
Yeah, Desmond Howard has him in his 4 to make the playoffs. I was like,
He's
what?
a fucking
That
idiot.
that's mostly what I was screaming going down the ramp. It's like your quarterback stinks.
He
Stuff like
does
that.
stink. And then-
Grown men were telling me they were going to kill me, but
Fuck.
talking about
are
the
you gonna do?
playoffs, they almost lost it up. Yeah, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Pitt's as good as their ranking says. Like, that's just a generous ranking because they won the ACC last year. So, whatever. We've talked about this
Yeah.
before. These early season rankings don't mean shit anyways, and I don't even think they should exist. But I will die on the hill that WVU was the better team.
Well,
Athletically, just played better.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I don't think anyone
it's a stupid,
can disagree
a
with
stupid fluke mistake.
Yeah.
well, literally,
Blew the game.
even Ty admitted it when we asked him.
Yeah, I watched the
Yeah,
clip.
Ty said that we gave him the game, and once he said that, it's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, anyone that's like, yes, you could be a fan of your team, whatever. I always try to be a fan of my teams, but not illogical or
Yeah.
whatever. You got homers that, no matter what the outcome, if their team won, we're way fucking better than you. Fuck you. But I know the sport. You know what I mean? Like, I could admit if my team got lucky and won the game. I would say that. I'd be like, yeah, honestly, we probably shouldn't have won that game, but
Which even if we would have won, you still would have had WV fans saying how bad Pitt is, but they played well. So
yeah, it was a good
it was a good
football
game.
game. It was
It
a
was-
good football game.
it
I'm
was a
just
great
saying
football
it hit
game.
the moment of the game where WVU should have sealed it.
I had so much fun.
That's just a frustrating thing.
I low key got fucking hammered.
Dude,
I was wasted.
me and Brady were drunk.
I
dude.
got hammered
And
sitting out
We
back
were
for the game.
screaming at the TV like it was a fucking blast.
JT texted me at some point in the game, and I was already fucking wasted. He goes, "Don't you think Pitt's what'd you say?"
I said Pitt's numbers on their uniforms are in Harry Potter.
He said-
Yeah, he kept talking
He
about
said,
it.
"Don't you think Pitt's numbers on their uniform looks like Harry Potter?" ? I responded back. I was like, "I think Pitt should eat shit and die."
and then JT literally
I kept saying play like the mountains.
He kept saying play like the mountains, and we're like, what the fuck does that even mean? He's just like play like the
We're the
mountains.
fucking Mountaineers.
So-
Play
yeah.
like
so
the mountains.
I was so
I like that.
intoxicated. I
I like that a lot.
I
Actually.
left my seats to see Joey and hang out with people that I knew on the other side, and I went to go back and I just couldn't find my seats.
Oh no!
Tragic.
So I just stayed at the other seats for 2 quarters.
Oh
Fuck you.
no!
Which is an
way.
embarrassing admission.
The atmosphere was fucking great, and yes, it was hostile. I ended up sitting in a massive section of WVU fans, so it was a lot of fun.
Oh, I'm sure that was.
Yeah, it
fucking
was awesome. The game was fun. Wish it ended differently, but I gotta let myself move on.
Oh, for sure.
We have to move on. I think this season, you got that fucking douchebag that runs Voice of Morgantown saying that we're only going to go. He thinks we're only going to win 3 games this year.
Is
I think
he a
that
troll?
guy's he is a troll.
I think he might be.
I
a
think
he might
troll.
be.
I think he's retarded. No offense to people that are offended by that word. I think he's slow.
Which if he is a troll, he does a great job.
Well,
I
his
don't
whole
think
his
he's a
whole
troll.
business is predicated on getting clicks.
Yeah.
That's
He
what I
does
mean.
it
Maybe
fucking
he's
well.
trolling.
He
maybe
knows
he's,
what he's doing.
Maybe he's acting like Max Kellerman. Maybe he's
Could
just like
be.
Morgantown's version of Max
He knows what
Kellerman.
he's doing. I will say that much. But at some point, you need to realize that maybe sometimes the stuff you say affects our recruiting and stuff, makes us
100%.
look bad. You want the players to stay. The pitchforks out all year last year for fucking Daggy. It was just unwarranted.
Yeah.
Grow up, dude. It's a college sport. And his pitchforks for Brown, whatever, you can give criticisms, but the shit he says is just, I just don't agree with.
Which I talked about this point on Hits and Picks, and it was Jerry Nixon thought actually, which kind of got my brain going because I'm sure you guys saw that game broke so many TV
Yes,
records.
Yeah.
What if I've really, after my dad said it, I think there is a scenario if like a Pitt loses 2, 3, 4 games and a WVU loses 2, 3, 4 games, and there's a bowl game out there that wants to bring fans and make money, why wouldn't they run it back? There's no reason why they wouldn't run it back. And how exciting would that be if we get like a crazy cool bowl where we get like a second backyard brawl match to kind of not kind of like avenge our loss, but just to kind of see what really would happen in like a neutral site. It'd be sweet.
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
I'd be all for it.
Sad.
The thing is, though, I believe, I don't know. It's hard to know with those people in like the committees that decide that stuff, like what's actually going through their heads. There have been opportunities in years past where like you could have matched us and Pitt up in a bowl game, and they didn't do it,
Well,
which is stupid because that would even be bigger because we weren't playing each other for how long.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is all these bowls have their dedicated conferences to where like they have to like
You have to. You mean like one from each?
yeah, like
Okay,
like there's already, I'm just making this up, but there's already like a West Virginia bowl out there that has to bring somebody in from like Conference USA and the ACC.
Right.
Like those conferences are set
are locked
already.
into the bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I again, you know, we can kind of move on from it, but
I think WVU goes undefeated in the Big 12 and Pitt goes undefeated in the ACC, and we just meet in the playoff.
that'd be sick.
Bro.
That would be sick. That would be so tight.
Whoa.
But I kind of want to
A man
see.
can dream.
I kind of want to see too, because it's been a long time since we've actually sat down and recorded. I was trying to think of when the actual last time we were here. Truthfully,
For the scramble, right?
Wait.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is a long time. That's August like 26th or whatever, and what, it's September 9th right now. So what are, as of right now, because again, I don't know what's going to happen, but how's everybody feel about House of the Dragon right now? Like,
Freaking love it.
It's good. Yeah, man. It's really.
I need
it's
to
brought
rewatch.
my love back for that whole world.
so I was talking with Brady because again, I don't know the story. I don't want to know the story. Every episode I've just been kind of making up what I think's going to happen. Now I'm still on the side where I think Rhaenyra and Damien, and I'm not looking at you because you probably know I don't want to see if Damon. I think they're going to get married. I'm in the camp where they're going to end up getting married. That would justify the infamous picture that they keep showing of Viserys, Rhaenyra, Daemon, all in those cool red suit things together. And I'm starting to think that it's going to be those three versus Aegon and the Valeria people.
Valerians.
Because
Back up. We need to slow down here.
yeah.
You're saying the brothers are going to team up?
Yeah. I think the brothers are going to team up. He's going to marry the daughter. That's why that first weird scene was kind of very creepy and odd. Because here's also what I said too. I also think they could be trying to throw us off because the show is called House of the Dragon, which is the Targaryens. But I didn't realize that the Valerian dudes also can ride dragons.
Well, let me pause you. Let me catch you here.
They're not.
The son is half Targaryen.
Yeah.
He's riding his
That's
mother's
why.
dragon.
Yeah, that's why he can
His
fly.
mom is a Targaryen.
Because I said the same thing, and then I thought about it afterwards.
Yeah.
I was like, he is Targaryen.
Right. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I saw it's blowing Lord of the Rings out of the water, but that was kind of to be expected when you release them at the same time.
It's just
Did
something. It's just
was that a
something-
competition thing? Do you think they did that on purpose?
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's just something about the Westeros world that's just like the little bit of like. Well, I shouldn't say this because the trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, really does nail that grittiness vibe. But the new show, and I'm only 2 episodes into it. It's like good, you know what I mean? It's like good. It's like beautifully
It is,
cinematically
visually.
made, but it's just like it doesn't.
Oh,
have
Lord of the
that-
Rings.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry,
it doesn't. I'm
zoned out.
sorry.
No, you're good.
It doesn't have that like it factor that Game of Thrones world has for me personally.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the whole season of Lord of the Rings.
Is
but-
it like how explicit it is? Like, do you think that has a factor in it?
Yeah, a little bit. Which isn't to say that like. I mean, first episode of the Lord of the Rings show, like there was a little bit of there was some gore, some stabbings, and they fucking cut a troll's head off. I mean, but
Lit.
like, yeah, it's just different. I don't know. But you're well, I'm not gonna say anything.
yeah.
Who's your favorite dragon so far? I personally like the name is I think it's Sea Smoke, which is the new one we saw at the end.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
sick.
think that dragon is fucking
Badass.
sick.
Yeah, John was telling me I think Damon's is tight, and he was telling me like the backstory on his. I guess the nickname of his is Bloodworm because it's a very skinny dragon.
Got a long neck.
I love how his dragon's neck is so long.
So
Yeah,
long,
it's pretty cool.
It literally looks like a worm flying.
It
in the
does.
air.
He's got a really long neck.
It is. Yeah, I like the way his dragon looks a lot. It reminds me of like I don't even fucking know, but it's pretty cool.
A sick
Reminds
dragon.
me, it
sick.
looks like a sea monster.
Yeah, it does exactly. Yeah,
But it's flying.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna see at least like 3 or 4 more dragons
I think so.
I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
we're gonna
because all the
yeah.
Targaryens end
So-
up with their own.
Now, I could be wrong in me saying this because I've only watched every episode once. I think it was in the first episode. They're talking about some dragon that went rogue or something.
Yep.
I think it's going to show up, and I think it's going to be fucking huge. Like a really big.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be
I think
massive.
I forget the name, Varaxis or something like that, or something. But it's the only other dragon that was still alive that came from Valyria.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
definitely going to show up.
I think I might be wrong on that. Balerion the Dread definitely came over from Valyria and was like the main dragon responsible for like conquering Westeros. And Viserys, King Viserys right now, it was the last dragon rider of Balerion the Dread.
Okay.
Very short period, but he was the last Targaryen that got to ride that dragon,
Which it's cool too because
which is the most famous dragon.
that crab feeder dude that they spoiler alert if you haven't seen, I won't even say what happened, but he had grayscale, which is cool. They confirmed that on his skin, and then that mask he was wearing was
The
that
Sons of the Harpy
Yeah.
mask.
that
It
was in
was sweet.
season
I
4,
know,
which they
right?
confirmed.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, it was.
did
They
you know
confirmed it was a harpy mask. I
Yeah.
thought it looked similar, but
Yeah.
I just didn't.
Yeah, they confirmed it was, which is very cool that they did.
And here's something me just being dumb. Is the whole deer buck thing like foreshadow for some like fucking Baratheons or something?
I was thinking the same thing.
So that's what I thought too.
Or is it some kind
It's
of
just because like
symbolism
it was white,
or something
so it was
like
or albino. So it was
Yeah.
like the
I
chosen
don't know.
one
I
for the
mean, maybe.
chosen person.
I mean, like the stag is the Baratheon,
yeah. I don't know. I didn't know if that was symbolism or if it's some kind of
which is wild. How
Foreshadow.
did you realize that like the Baratheons are like one of the closest houses to the Targaryens in actuality? Like there's
Yeah.
Targaryen bloodlines in the Baratheon bloodline. Robert Baratheon's grandmother was a Targaryen.
I didn't realize
I
that.
didn't. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you
Yeah.
actually look up these histories, it kind of makes some of the lines that were used in the original show like not make a lot of sense. Like he has that line in season 1 where him and Ned get in an argument about wanting to kill Daenerys, and he says, "I'd kill every last Targaryen if I could."
Yeah.
Which I was like, I don't know if he'd really say that because like he's
Part.
those are his ancestors. You know what I mean?
Yeah, which
Like it's one thing to end a rebellion and win, but like, you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know.
I
You know what I'm
get
trying
it.
to say?
Which that meme that Sith sent us was funny when Jon Snow's asking that Targaryen dude at the wall. He's like, why did they send ravens as a messenger? And he's like, well, it's because my great ancestor Daemon
Yeah.
murked the last
Dude,
messenger
yeah.
or whatever.
Do you want to hear something cool? Just I don't want to go too far off. We can move on, whatever. But
Yeah.
I got the book. I started reading it.
Oh, you started reading Fire and Blood? Or the first
The first.
Game of Thrones?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's crazy because you could have literally guessed, if you're like one of those people, that Ned Stark was gonna die, because when they find the direwolf, it got killed by a buck's horn, so it's like Baratheon killing Stark.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that is
and I'm
crazy.
like, dude, that is so sick.
Never
That
thought
is-
of that. Yeah.
I'm like,
Even
literally
though,
right from the beginning.
even though Joffrey's not a real Baratheon,
but at the
yes,
time,
at the
like
time,
everyone
yeah,
thought
yeah.
he was a Baratheon.
Right.
I was like, dang, that's fire.
Which shout out the actor Joffrey. I saw he recently got married.
Yeah.
So
Oh, shout out Joffrey.
Good for
Hopefully you
him.
don't get poisoned.
yeah, good for him. Yeah, we can move on though. JT, whose favorite's the favorite?
Well, shout out me. I won the West Virginia one. I don't think anyone cared after we lost.
I voted for you.
Thanks. But yeah, shout out
Do
me.
we not all vote for ourselves?
I can't
That's the
vote.
first time I didn't.
I can't vote.
I vote for
Oh,
myself
if you
every
make the
time.
poll, if you make the
Just
poll,
say,
you
"Well,
can't
I'm an
vote.
asshole."
Correct. Yeah.
Oh,
Correct.
so you're always at an unfair advantage
Yeah.
then,
That's
or
okay.
disadvantage.
It's okay. I'll still grind.
I'll
Keep
vote
grinding?
for JT this
Yeah.
time.
No. Okay,
Oh,
but
that's shitty. Hmm.
yeah. So you guys know the drill here. Poll on Twitter. We're all gonna go around, answer our favorite to a certain question. You guys pick which one you think is the favorite. So this week is a more of a broad question, but I think it could be more fun for the poll's sake. Like it's gonna be tougher than like a specific thing. Jake, what is your favorite thing about fall?
So
The autumnal season.
off the dome is as soon as you sent this. My favorite thing about fall is as soon as you step outside, you don't sweat. That's probably that's probably my I know that's very general, but it is nice knowing that you can put on a nice outfit or dress up to go somewhere, and as soon as you walk outside, your hair's not all like sweaty and frizzy. You don't have sweat underneath your armpits already. Like just the fact of you can wear what you want to wear
And be comfy.
and be
yeah.
comfy.
Yeah.
So
That's a good
that
one.
was my first thought.
That is a good. That's something I did not
A
think.
nice one.
Well, I was going to say the cool air, so I can't say that anymore.
Oh,
Ah.
Harry, you got freaking snagged.
So because I'm on the spot, I'm going to say that bar season is back.
It
Because
is back.
sitting in a dark bar is my favorite thing to do in the world. And I'm sick of events outside. I'm
Yep.
sorry, in 90-degree heat
Dude,
and
you're right.
sweating and being gross the whole time.
We've said this recently. Bars hit different when it's
Yeah.
cold
So
outside.
sad boy bar season is back.
It does. They do hit when it's cold. That's a fact. Big Czar.
This was a tough one for me, being such a general question, because fall is probably my favorite season. So there's just so many different things I like about it. But I'm gonna say pumpkin scented candles.
Fuck you, dude. Are you kidding me?
I gotcha.
I
gotcha.
What the fuck?
I gotcha.
I thought if anyone was gonna take mine, it was gonna be Jake. This
Sorry.
is fucking bullshit.
I apologize.
Well,
I can
No.
say a different one.
no. Shut up. No. Okay. So, okay, fine. I'm just going to have to say true to myself. My second choice would have been pumpkin beer. Big fan of pumpkin beer.
Okay.
Tiggy Nation's answer will not be available on the poll, but he wanted me to make sure that that I said his answer, and his favorite thing about fall is football season.
Yes.
That is a great
That's
answer.
what I mean. It's like
It's
fall.
a broad thing, but I like it.
I could sit here and list so many things
Yeah.
about fall that I love, like the fact that football comes back, NFL and college. Ice hockey comes back in October. I love the month of October
Mm-hmm.
just so much. I love the fall vibes, the Halloween vibes. I love Halloween. Like there's just so much. Pumpkin scented candles. Then you start getting like we said, the golden sun with
Oh,
the fucking
yeah.
trees. The coolness of the day. I don't
Crisp.
exactly like Jake said. I don't walk outside and just I'm like, this is miserable.
Yeah, because like you get all dressed up to like you get to go somewhere cool. You think you look nice, and then you walk outside and you're
miserable.
You walk
Miserable.
outside and you could see the humidity in
Yeah.
the air.
Yeah,
Like
it's
when we were all at the Brewfest, that was a hot day.
I was
It was,
miserable.
yes. It was hot.
Well, I got
And to be truthful to you guys, I think I'm at the age where like I just can't even drink in weather like that.
I got
Well,
sick.
that's why I stopped.
I
and I was like,
can't.
let's leave.
Yeah, I well, not only did the band kill my vibe, the last band, but yeah, I was dehydrated. I was just done.
And I know that's what it was. Like, yeah, after I drank a water, I felt better, but it was the mixture of just mixing a bunch of different kind of alcohols in the heat, like you said.
Yeah.
And even now, I notice when we go to the beach now, yeah, I'll have a few on the beach, but I can't sit there and like
Dude,
drink them like I used to.
It's tough to drink, and my family and my dad specifically can crush beers on the beach, but like Yeah, I can drink beers on the beach, but I can't crush them. It's just too brutally
It's
hot.
too brutal. I used to be able to, but now I definitely pace because like I just have learned my body over the years. If I'm sitting outside drinking, if I drink too much, like I'm done for the whole day. Like I just feel like shit. So
I've been so good with myself in a long time about like, sure, I'll tie one on and get fucking wasted, but I'm good about like having a water in between every couple of drinks, making sure I eat.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear to God, guys, I haven't been getting hungover.
I agree.
But
it's because we are more conscious about it.
But the night of the backyard brawl, I got really fucking drunk. I didn't eat a goddamn thing. I didn't drink a single water. And boys, the next day, I was dying.
I was hungover Friday.
So that
too.
Friday was the first time, because I only drank 6 beverages, but it was 6 high alcohol ciders. And that was the first time where I felt like, okay, yeah, I paced myself and I only drank 6, but the alcohol content actually got me. Like I felt like shit.
I drank, I think 8 beers and 6 of them were like 6% or pumpkin beers. So those did me, honestly. And then I drank like 2 Miller Lights after.
So you're a big pumpkin beer guy.
I love pumpkin beers.
First of all, did you see there's a huge pumpkin beer selection at Kroger right now?
That's immediately where I went Thursday before the game.
Like there's a big
I got
selection.
the one I haven't had. It's called UFO.
I saw that.
It's
good. That one's newer.
It's really good.
So I do this every year because you have to, because they release the fall beers so early.
Yeah, they always have that wall of
I
beers.
stock up on them early. So this year,
I remember Thanksgiving last year.
Last year, I'll let the listeners know. I had this idea. I was going to throw a mini brew fest at my house, and I picked up probably, I'd say, 10 different Oktoberfest beers and like 5 different pumpkin beers / pumpkin ciders, and I was drinking Oktoberfest and pumpkin beer for an entire year. I got way too much of it. This year,
wait, that wasn't Thanksgiving yet.
Well, they were still left over
that was
at
fun though, because
Friendsgiving.
we had fucking little flights of
we were doing
beers.
flights.
Oh,
what did I call the night?
I'm such a dork, huh?
Czar's night of flights and frights. Was that what I called it?
That's awesome.
Something like that.
It was fun.
But this year I did it differently. I did some research on Oktoberfest beers and what people consider to be some of the best Oktoberfest beers. And obviously I'm going to get some Sam Adams because that's classic. But I got 2 different Oktoberfest beers this year that I didn't have last year. Found them in Deep Creek. And one pipe pumpkin beer that I've never had. I'm blanking on the brands right now, so don't ask me. They're all in German. But I'm very excited to try them soon. So.
Yeah. Which I'll kind of kick this off for you, Bubba, because there's definitely something that I hate that I've noticed these last 2 weeks.
Tell me.
Again, I am a big holiday guy. Nothing against holidays. Love holidays. It's my favorite time of year. It's a little too early to have the Halloween fucking shit out already. I mean, it wasn't even September yet, and I'm seeing fucking Halloween decorations everywhere. Like, that's something I hate, is let it be where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I agree.
We don't have to push it out super early, and I get it. It's a advertisement thing. These stores are trying to make money fast. People love holidays, but there's no reason why I should walk into anywhere in the end of August, early September and see all the Halloween stuff yet. It's too soon for me. So that's definitely something that I hate.
That's what you hate. But it's every year. And it is shitty. I say it every year. I said I shouldn't have to go stock up on my Oktoberfest beers in August because you can't find them in October. That's dumb to me.
Yeah.
Like, release them at the end of September so that they're out in October. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. And Halloween decorations right now, if you want to start putting out your fall decorations
that's
now,
one thing.
That's one thing. But I shouldn't see any Halloween decorations till like
October 1st.
Agreed.
Basically, yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, I don't even like how Barnesville does their big pumpkin fest. And I guess it's a pumpkin fest. It's not a Halloween fest, but they do it in September.
Yeah.
So I get whatever. It's a pumpkin fest. I'll let it slide, but it still annoys me.
I know you hate shit.
I always hate stuff. So sorry, Tig. I hate football. Specifically, I hate fantasy football, and even more specifically, I hate myself playing fantasy football. Why do I do that? I don't know the NFL, and every year I play. And this year, the punishment is to shave your head bald.
Oh, shit, dude.
no.
Why did I play?
That's
already.
wild.
It's
Is this
one.
the Greg's one?
Yes.
Thank God.
There
I
has
didn't
been
play.
one game, and the first touchdown scored was on my bench. And then I took Cam Akers as my second running back, and he played 3 snaps the whole game.
Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
man.
Cam Akers got 0 points.
And I am scared to death of going bald.
How many teams are in your league? Do you know?
10.
So y'all probably
My
have pretty,
team's-
all good teams.
My team's pretty decent, so I'm hoping I just don't come
Yeah.
in last.
Got to bounce back.
Yeah.
Got to bounce back.
Yeah,
Bounce
but
back big.
fantasy football is funny, and because I know what fantasy football is, but it's funny from a girl's perspective. I saw a perfect tweet. It was like, this is the time of year where your boyfriend pretends that he runs a fake football team for the next 4 months. And it made me laugh because I was like, dang, when you look at it like that, it does seem kind of nerdy that we do this every year.
See,
That's funny.
I decided, because I've said this on here, like, obviously I've never been a drug addict or anything, but I have,
That's good.
like, I do have an addictive personality, like, as to when I'm doing, like, I get obsessed with it. The few years I did fantasy, like, that's all I was trying to do all day, was just, like, make sure I had, my right starters in, fucking doing all this shit. So I haven't played the last couple years, and I tell you what, Bubba, it's nice because
I
I
bet
don't
it
got to
is.
worry about it.
I'm so scared.
I
but-
took 2 years off.
So, but I'm going to piggyback off what you said about hating yourself and bet and football. I'm gonna say I hate myself when I bet
Yeah.
because I bet the most ridiculous things, and it's not that I hate the bets; it's that I think that they're going to happen. Like,
Yeah.
once I bet it, I'm like, this is gonna happen.
That's that, like, when the impossible hits, it's like, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
When it fails, it's like, well, I mean, it was a long shot.
And, like,
Anyway.
I was so sure, like the NASCAR race last week, I picked the guy at the very end, and it was plus 100,000,
Jesus.
and I bet like $5 to win like $5,000 or something, and I was like, he's gonna win. Like,
It's-
I was like truly thinking like he's going to win the race, and I'm gonna win $5,000.
It's kind of like when you bet the lottery too.
Oh,
it's
that's
the
how I
same
am
thing.
with a lot.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Like you bet the
Yeah.
lottery and like almost everybody in America is doing the same thing, and you're driving around that day, you're like, I'm gonna get a beach house here, gonna pay this off, and you're not gonna win,
Right. You have a better chance of getting struck by lightning.
which is insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
But I also hate. Joe Rogan is my most listened to podcast, but I hate Joe Rogan when he talks about comedy as if it's like the greatest thing. Like, comedy, I love stand-up comedy, but Jake, you know what I mean. He
Yeah.
talks as if like if you
It's
don't
the
do
way of the
stand-up,
world.
if you don't do stand-up comedy, like you have no talent or
yeah,
something.
it's like,
Like-
the most sacred thing.
Like who was on there? Aaron Rodgers, and Joe Rogan said, fucking Jesus Christ, who's the guy that plays Electro in Spider-Man? Jamie Foxx. He says Jamie Foxx is the most talented man on earth. Joe Rogan said this because he sings, he acts, he does stand up, all this shit. And Aaron Rodgers was like, I would put Justin Timberlake up there
And
with
he's like,
him.
did you stand up?
That's exactly what he said. Word for word. He goes, Justin Timberlake's not up there. He doesn't do stand up. Like, I swear to God, and serious as day, I'm like, dude, just because someone's not a stand up comedian doesn't mean they're not.
That's stupid because there's so
talented.
many different forms of comedy.
That's my point.
Justin
though.
Timberlake's really good at sketch comedy.
But
Yeah.
like you know what I'm talking
No,
about.
I know exactly
He
what
goes
you're
on
talking
these stand up comedy tangents as if like that is the answer to everything. Like there's other ways to be an artist and
which,
express
again,
yourself.
you can answer it like Jamie Foxx and Justin Timberlake. I think those are two good
Great.
good answers. But if you're saying that
That's
Justin-
literally
yeah.
what he said. He said, "Well, Justin Timberlake doesn't do stand up comedy. What do you mean he's one of the most talented people?" I was like, fuck you, shut up. Look at Justin Timberlake and Friends with Benefits. Incredible.
Look
Yeah.
at him anytime he's been
I
on
know.
Saturday Night Live. dude.
When he-
He's
when he
What
crushed.
was his glove thing? Or what was it? Shoot.
What, the Homelessville?
Yeah.
Where he comes out in the soup costume. Is that what you're talking
Yeah,
about?
I think so. Yeah, that's what it was.
When
He always has the big hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at him and Chris Stapleton performing together. Have you seen that? A guy seen
Yeah.
that? Fucking incredible.
Yeah,
Listen
Unreal.
to his first solo album outside of NSYNC.
good album.
He's
And
fire.
actually listen to any NSYNC album for that matter.
And
He's
They're
so
fine.
fire.
I don't
Justin
care.
Timberlake's a fire.
Say what
human
you want to
being.
say about me. That's some good stuff.
the album I always forget about, the Justin Timberlake Jay-Z album. Remember when they? Remember? When,
Oh, was that for
No,
Great Gatsby? Wait, what?
I don't remember this. They did an
They had a
album
song
together.
together.
pretty sure they did an
An
album.
album or a song?
I'm
they
pretty
had a
sure
song
they did an
together on
album.
Magna Carta Holy Grail, didn't they?
Yeah, but yes, but
That's
I'm,
what I'm thinking of.
I'm pretty sure they did a whole album together.
Did
Maybe
they?
not. maybe not.
What am I thinking of? Great Gatsby.
Jay-Z and Linkin Park did a whole
That was
album
fire.
together.
Dude, that's fire.
That was good stuff.
Super fucking fire.
Fun fact. I started watching the Elvis movie,
Love that.
and I was like, this reminds me a lot of The Great Gatsby. You want to know why? It's the same director.
Which I'm happy you brought that up. I watched it this week. It's on HBO Max. Very, very good movie. Didn't realize though that Elvis literally jacked all of his big songs from like BB King and that whole African American community. Had no
Oh,
idea.
so that was actually real. Like,
Yeah.
I fell asleep. I was tired.
Yeah, like
So I didn't-
like he, which again they make it seem like BB King's like pushing him to record these songs. I doubt the conversation went like that, where he's just like, "Yeah, man, you should record it because you're going to be much bigger than any of us."
Yeah.
I doubt it went that way, but I didn't realize that like Elvis, great singer, great performer, but just jacked most of his songs from.
Not only that, he jacked his dance moves from Forrest Gump.
I had,
But
yeah, he did.
There's like two sides of that though, and I obviously we weren't alive then. I don't know which side it is, but like there's a stance that like he brought it to like pop culture.
100%, no,
And-
100%,
And like
He
there was a
pu-
lot
did
of
he-
like white radio stations that like hated his fucking guts.
yeah.
And they wouldn't play him because he was playing like quote unquote black music.
Which on that, it's crazy. I didn't realize Elvis had to be the first one to help break a barrier.
Yeah, and like for sure.
He had
And
to
I
be.
mean, musicians have been doing that for decades. You know what I
Agreed.
mean? It's not just Elvis.
Oh,
but,
no,
but I
100%.
understand your point
Yeah.
for sure.
Dude, it's crazy when you actually start looking behind the scenes. You know how many famous artists write songs for other famous artists?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Which I really
you
didn't-
hear things like I mean, like if you ever just dive into just like people's like singer songwriters like autobiographies or whatever, or like documentaries, like for example, Dave Grohl, lead singer of the Foo Fighters, he wrote a song for Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy ended up not liking the song, so Dave just took the song, put it on his own Foo Fighters album. It's like, but you would never know that if you didn't tell somebody that happened. But like that shit happens all the time.
For sure, like Kenny's "Come Over" song, Sam Hunt wrote that. So
Yeah.
like it's on Sam, which I didn't even. This is just me being completely like ignorant to the whole music culture, but I didn't even start looking into this stuff until Meek Mill said Drake had a ghostwriter.
Yeah,
And then you look at everything and
you
it's like,
start
dude,
looking.
most
Yeah.
songs are written by
If you-
other
like
people.
if you look at the linear notes of most albums, like most of the time it'll say written by and it'll have like 4 names. And that can mean a number of things. That doesn't mean like 4 people sat down together and was like, okay, how are we going to write these lyrics? What's this song going to be about? No, it could be like for example, like Mac Miller on his not Circles but Swimming, like John Bryan was, so like it could be Mac wrote the lyrics and had the song structure and stuff, but then you bring in another guy to play trumpets over it. Then
Yeah.
he gets a writing credit. You bring in another guy to play like the piano over it or do the bass line for it. Then you get writer's credits. Or you could have somebody give you notes on lyrics or write some lyrics for you. Then they get a writer's credit.
for sure.
Or in other cases, you can have an artist write a whole fucking song for you.
Which one of my favorite songs ever, "The Middle" with Maren Morrison Zed, didn't even realize that song was written like 10 to 12 years before they even recorded it. It was written, and they had so many duos record it and try to make it come out, and it didn't
Just
hit
never
with anybody.
worked.
And then those two did it, and it just took off.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I don't. I'm with you for sure. Like, I don't knock Elvis for doing that. It's kind of just like more of an ignorant thing on my end that I didn't realize how common that was and how deep and how long ago that really
You
has
guys
been
want to
going
have
on.
your minds blown.
Yeah.
You should look up how Nashville and the country music scene does things.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
it's like a whole machine.
Oh, yeah.
Nashville.
Well, that's
they,
what.
they have teams of writers and stuff, and they pump out songs and like divvy them out to like
Well,
your
yeah.
Florida Georgia line,
Well,
Luke
that's
Bryan. Like, that's literally how
my-
they do it down there.
The guy I work with, John Phillips, who was like 20 years ago writer for Big and Rich. Like he was
Yeah.
their guy.
Yeah.
He tells me that all the time.
Yeah, it's actually crazy. And you want to know who was a big proponent on getting that out there and like rebelling against it was is Zach Brown? Is that his name? Zach Brown
Yeah.
Band?
Yeah.
Zach Brown Band.
Yeah. Like he was like real against that and like refused to let anyone write songs for him.
Well, Hardy and Morgan Wallen
Yeah.
talk about it on Theo's podcast, where like they literally, with their agents and everything, their weeks are spread out with like writer sessions. So Hardy was saying like, tomorrow I go write with, I'm just making these names up, but like Chris Lane, and then the next day I go write with Tim McGraw, and they just literally, like you said, they all just write all these songs and then they kind of bank them, and then once the
But
labels are
it's
there.
nice, which I think it's the same way with just a lot of societal things. People are starting to like rebel against things like that. Like I
sure.
think there's a lot of more people independently doing their shit now.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah,
They're
no.
not huge or anything, but I think
I was
like,
always a big fan and give credit to people, the independent artists first of all, but then the guys that like really said like, I will only ever write my own
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
Like I was always a big fan of people like that. Like, but it's big in the pop scene too, dude. And a perfect example is Benny Blanco.
Benny Blanco.
Go look up how many
Dude, right?
fucking number one hits that dude has co-wrote with,
Yeah.
with like Justin Bieber or Taylor Swift or
Ed Sheeran.
literally, it's insane.
He's a hidden gem, and I'm actually happy that Dave kind of highlights his talents in his show.
They actually like touch on it. He
Yeah.
goes over for the first time to meet him, and he's doing a writing session with Justin Bieber.
Yeah. God, I can't wait till that show comes
Yeah,
back on
dude. I was
TV.
just thinking about it the other day.
I have one of the hottest takes that I thought about this week. Perhaps my hottest take of all time.
Oh, wow.
I think Tom Hanks is very overrated actor. Because his performance in Elvis, he kind of is freaking terrible, in my opinion. I think he's very overrated. What did he have? Castaway and Forrest Gump. And then everyone has blown him for 30 years because of it. Sorry.
Toy Story.
Well, Toy Story. Listen, I don't hate Tom Hanks. I'm just
yeah.
saying I think he is overrated.
I think Tom Hanks' greatest creation was Chet Hanks.
Yeah.
Brother.
I don't know. I guess I'm not in love with every role that Tom Hanks does.
Like I could name like 10,
But-
easily name 10 better.
And if I'm being
actors.
honest, I've never seen Castaway.
Castaway's fire.
Yeah,
Wilson!
I wouldn't say. I'd put a bunch of actors over Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
for sure.
I just feel like he's this freaking decorated for
Yeah,
some reason,
I
like
get where you're
number
coming
one
from.
And
decorated
what's up with
actor.
these
Like,
standing ovations?
It's getting
They're getting out of hand.
What
It's
are we
getting,
talking about?
What-
oh,
what do
dude,
we- what do you mean?
the Venice Film Festival, dude. Like Anna de Armas got an 11-minute standing
11 minutes.
ovation after Blonde came out. They said after that new Harry Styles, Olivia Wilde movie
oh,
came
fuck
out,
Harry Styles.
there was a 5-minute standing ovation. It's like, guys, we get it.
11 minutes is a long time.
That's
Oh,
kind
so
of
long to
ridiculous.
stand there and
I would
clap.
get up on the mic and say, "Sit the
Sit
fuck
down.
down."
Yeah, I would do the
Don't
same.
cheer for me that long. I don't need
I'd
it.
pull a Big Ben. I'd be like,
Yeah.
So for the
I'd quiet the crowd down.
so for the listeners, the last 11 minutes of this episode is us clapping into the mics.
Yeah.
but yeah. But back to Tom Hanks real quick.
Yeah, I
he,
just-
he Saving Private Ryan's one of my
See,
favorite
okay,
movies ever.
So, but no, I know how people are. People will twist my words here.
and be like, JT hates
No,
Tom
I'll
Hanks.
get a text from Matthew saying, "I can't believe you hate Tom Hanks." I'm not saying I hate Tom
You just
Hanks.
think he's overrated.
I think
yeah.
he is an overrated actor.
Yeah, I get that.
Which
That's all I'm saying.
Catch Me If You Can.
I kind of got a hot take that I'm about to
Another
say
good one.
too.
There
I'm
are
just
good
kidding.
movies.
I'm just kidding.
But
Leo's kind of overrated too.
see, no,
Oh, I disagree.
I will
Yeah.
fight on that. I
Yeah.
think Leo,
He's a
He's
stud.
got good movies, man. But I mean,
him. Okay,
I think the proof's in the pudding. What, he's only won one Oscar.
that's a
Yeah,
conspiracy.
but see, again, to me, award shows hold no weight on talent to me, and they never have.
But I didn't realize too. The
You know.
Oscars is like a campaigning thing.
It is.
You want to know it's? Yeah,
I didn't
you're,
learn that
you're
till
right.
this
Yeah,
year.
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't
It
learn
is.
that
That's a
till
lot
this
to it.
year.
And
It's a Spider-Man.
But fucking, first of all, so many things against the Oscars. One, superhero movies never win anything.
Agreed.
When they're always the biggest blockbuster hits, makes no sense.
It's
but
Martin
then, like
Scorsese's
back
fault.
to fucking Leo, his movie that won him his Oscar finally, it's not even close to his best movie.
Oh,
What was it? The
Well,
Revenant?
The Revenant.
no,
good.
not his
I-
best
I-
movie.
But it's good, but it's
could
not
be
his best movie.
Could be. I don't know, but I'm with you.
I don't
He
know.
could have
I
won
mean,
for a
like,
lot of different
he
things.
coulda
Wolf
won.
of Wall Street. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
The Great Gatsby,
Which just
Titanic.
really, I love Leo. I'm just trying to stir the pot here. Just trying to also say about Oscars. Just rewatched Uncut Gems with my mom and dad. It was the first time them seeing it. Crazy
It
Adam
is, man.
Sandler
That's
didn't
a
get a nod
crazy
for that.
That's what I mean.
That movie's
Crazy.
craziness.
Still
Well,
haven't seen
because
that.
he probably didn't give a fuck and probably didn't campaign or do anything. I
So
bet.
what is the campaigning?
It's
entail?
literally like a political thing.
Yeah. So, but
Like
ha-
you yourself have to like
yes,
get out there.
you nominate yourself or whatever and campaign as if you're running for office.
and the,
See, that's
the,
dumb
the
as fuck.
studio
I
has to
didn't know
put
it either.
money in and like donations and stuff to even get it on the fucking
So how,
ballot.
like the movie about like fucking a fish didn't that win one year?
Fucking a fish.
Yeah,
Maybe
Banging fish.
yeah. I forget what it was
a lot
called.
of the movies that win, I don't even.
They're always
know.
weird.
Yeah.
Are you
There's,
talking
like,
about Chase Crawford and the boys? The Deep? Fucking
No,
the
but you are
Octopus?
right though. Like there are a lot of movies that win stuff, and I'm like, I don't even know what this movie is.
Yeah. I don't know. But
I'd say the only award show that kind of gets it right every year is the Emmys. They seem to always get like the best TV shows do
Yeah.
seem to win the proper awards.
just
I'll
on
give them that.
Just
but
on Elvis, real quick, before I forget. I love the movie Elvis. I thought it was very good. The only thing that I kind of got annoyed with is they don't really touch on his drug addiction much. Like they literally show him going on tour once and him taking one pill, and then at the very end, they make a comment about how he was like a drug addict, but like they don't really go into the story of his like addiction past, and that's the only thing that bothered me because like that's a big Elvis thing.
Yeah.
do you
I-
think
I
it's
was
better
wondering.
than the? Do you think this movie? I haven't seen it yet. I do plan to watch it. Do you think it's better than the Johnny Cash movie with Joaquin?
Dude,
Because that's a
my
pretty damn
favorite.
fucking good.
That's
movie.
my favorite, like musical, like biopic.
I'm gonna say
ever.
no, but that's because I love Walk the Line. I love Reese Witherspoon. I love Joaquin. And I love how they incorporated like Elvis is in that, Jerry Lee Lewis is in that. There's a lot of like real life
Yeah, they
torn
touch on all
scenarios.
that.
Where in
They-
Elvis they only really touch on, which again it's cool, but like BB King and
Mhm.
that crowd, they don't really talk about the other people that were around Elvis while it was going on. So I'm biased. I love Walk the Line, but Elvis definitely is probably for me at least top 5 biopic that's come out. I didn't think I was gonna like it, and as soon as it started, I was like, this is very good. So
Oh,
shout out Austin Butler, he crushed it. But I guess I've read that he is very much stuck in the Elvis role. Like he broke up with his girlfriend and is dating a very young girl that's over 18 now.
does he call her Priscilla?
You might call her Priscilla, you know, who knows? Which that whole thing's
Does it
fucking
show
crazy.
Elvis dying on the toilet?
No.
Missed opportunity.
Missed
there.
opportunity. Missed opportunity. And they also I feel like they didn't really Priscilla, they let us know that she was young, but they don't really let us know, like for young kids that
Yeah,
don't
right,
know
right,
how
right.
young she
Was
was.
she like 14? Or
She was
something?
14 when they first started, and he was like 24.
What?
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
that's-
And then they secretly got married, but didn't really get it on record until she turned 21, I guess.
Whoa,
So it's kind of weird.
that is very weird.
But
Yeah. I wanted to say one thing. Well, I know we're running out of time.
No,
here.
we're
I
good,
just had
dude.
something that kind of blew my mind the other night. I was watching Hot Tub Time Machine. You
Great
guys seen
movie.
that movie? It's one of my
Nope.
What? You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm.
What?
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah. One of my
Is
favorite.
what?
One of
Who's
my
in it?
Craig.
I
Robin.
thought Craig.
Yeah.
Okay, Craig.
One of
Dude,
my
speaking of Craig,
Craig.
He got fat. Dude.
he got
No,
Sorry.
he got big. I saw
Been eating
that.
that Pizza Hut.
But
no one out Pizza's the Hut.
one of my favorite comedy movies. Great movie, and there's a role in the movie that like. Since I ever saw it, I was always like, man, that dude just kills his fucking role. He even looks the part so well. It's the ski patrol guy that plays like not the villain, but like he's the douchebag bad guy. He literally looks straight out of the 80s, like an 80s movie. Kills that role. You know who that is? It's fucking Sebastian Stan.
Really?
My mind was just blown. It doesn't look like him at all.
Damn, I'm gonna have to rewatch it now. I would have never
Dude,
guessed Sebastian Stan.
It doesn't look anything like him. I was going through the cast list while I was watching it, and my mind was just, I was like, there's no way. It's him. Sure
Well,
enough, it's him.
So funny.
Sure enough.
To piggyback off that, in the latest She-Hulk episode,
I
there's
don't gotta
a
watch it still.
new
Nope.
guy that's introduced. And it's fucking Billy Walsh.
No
And
way.
I'm literally, he's like
That's
on
awesome.
the screen. I'm like, who the fuck is this
That's
guy?
awesome.
And then he's
Fuck you, suit.
and then he says something and like he changes his like dialect a little bit, and I'm like, fucking Billy Walsh.
Fucking Billy Walsh.
Yeah, so Billy Walsh is in the
Billy
MCU.
Walsh.
But yeah, anything else you guys want to touch on? We're at our bread and butter time right now.
No, I'm good.
Well, just want to
Let's
say,
go Mountaineers.
yeah,
Mhm.
we missed you all. It's been a long break, but it much needed. We appreciate all of you all the time for supporting us. Make sure to follow and subscribe all the Juicebox podcast stuff. Yeah, and just follow me Twitter and Instagram, Juice Fisherman. I've been trying to put stuff on my page too, so yeah, give us a follow. Thank you.
You can catch me at John Theodore Nixon on Instagram. Holy shit. I freaking glitched out again. I don't know what's happening. Catch me at John Theodore Nixon on Instagram. I'm on the Juicebox Podcast Twitter. That's at the Juicebox Pod. That's at Juicebox Pod. Follow us on Facebook, the Juicebox Podcast. We are not the Diabetes, the Juicebox Podcast.
Follow me on Twitter at Bubba Slider if anyone uses Twitter anymore. I'm not sure. Follow me on Instagram at _Harry Slider.
Yes, well, I'm only available for comment on Twitter, and that's at JuiceboxZar, at JuiceboxZar. That's Z-A-R.
Z as in zebra, A as in apple, R as in Reebok.
Don't get it twisted.
Bye-bye.